Hey guys, it's Casey's Politics. So today I'll be making a 2028 hypothetical election prediction between Governor Gavin Newsom and Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Now, initially it looked like JD Vance was going to be the front runner to get the Republican nomination, but there's been some talk of him potentially not running for president in 2028. He has another kid coming on the way. So there's a real possibility that Vice President Vance could end up not running for president in 2020, and that's his decision. But Marco Rubio has looked like somebody who, if JD Vance does not run, Rubio will. Rubio already tried to run for president in 2016, fell short in the primaries. So with that being said, we're going to do a hypothetical scenario between Gavin Newsom and Marco Rubio. So as always, we're going to start off with the safe Republican states. Starting off, we have Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, put in Nebraska, and Nebraska's first, South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, Utah, Alaska, and Alabama, Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, Tennessee, South Carolina, and of course, Rubio's home state. And we can also probably put Maine second in there as the safe Republican states. And then we'll do the safe Democrat states. That's going to be, of course, California, Washington, Oregon, Colorado, Hawaii, and Illinois, D.C., Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Maryland, Delaware, maybe not New Jersey, we'll have to come back to that, and Vermont, New York, probably going to be over 10, and really that is all the over 10 states, and then of course we have Maine, put Maine at likely. Now of course we have the likely states we're going to do. We're going to start off with Ohio. Now, Ohio is definitely trending red. It has been for pretty much a decade. If JD Vance is the vice president, it's going to be safe, but I think Rubio wins it by 9 if Vance isn't the VP. Same thing with Texas. Blexus is not happening. Not this year. Texas, Marco Rubio, I think he would do pretty good in the suburbs, make up some ground there, potentially do good with Hispanics due to the last name. And then we have Iowa. This might as well be safe, but we'll put it as likely. Then, of course, the likely Democrat states. We'll start off with New Mexico. Don't think New Mexico is going to flip yet. Maybe if J.D. Vance with the Republican nominee, we could make it get a little bit closer. But Marco Rubio not really the candidate to flip New Mexico. New Mexico is still a pretty blue state, even though Trump came pretty close to winning it in 24. And then we have Minnesota. I'd say Newsom wins it by around 6-5, in my opinion. Rubio can't really do much there, though I think he would do a lot better than Minneapolis suburbs. He would make up some ground. And then Nebraska's second just continues to trend left, the Omaha area. Then we'll put in Virginia. Again, I think Rubio would do better in Northern Virginia. He would make up some ground there, but Virginia is Virginia at the end of the day, and that's really the same to be said with New Jersey. I don't think it's going to flip yet. So we have 8 remaining states. We're going to start off with North Carolina. Now, the state is definitely trending to the left. Trump won it by 3 in 2024, but Republicans have had decent voter registration trends, and I think Rubio would be a pretty decent candidate in North Carolina. I think Rubio would do worse than Trump. Just because North Carolina is just general leftward shift. But I think Rubio would be able to win North Carolina by around 2. And we have Arizona. Trump won Arizona by 5, which was actually pretty impressive. I feel like not enough people talk about that. Arizona could be likely. I think Rubio would do a lot better with those McCain-type Republicans. Arizona's one of those states, so I think Rubio would do a lot better in the suburbs. But again, Arizona continues to trend relatively left, though Republicans have decent voter registration trends in Arizona. And Nevada just continues to trend right. I think Rubio would also win Nevada. I don't think Newsom would have much of an impact due to Nevada's proximity to California. I think Rubio would still be able to win Nevada by probably around 2. Going back to the South, we have Georgia. Now, Georgia, without a doubt, is rapidly trending left. The Atlanta suburbs trending very left. I think Rubio could make up some ground in the Atlanta suburbs with the more traditional, ancestrally Republican types. But really, I'm not sure if a Republican's going to win in 28. I think Rubio might barely be able to get Georgia in 2028. I think it's basically a toss-up, but Georgia, the Atlanta suburbs continue to trend left. But I think Rubio would make up a lot of ground with some ancestrally Republican voters in the Atlanta area. And then New Hampshire, Marco Rubio would be a very good candidate to win New Hampshire. He's kind of the type of candidate they like. New Hampshire just isn't very blue at the federal level. They sure do love the Republican governors there. But I think Newsom would narrowly win New Hampshire, probably by a similar margin Kamala won it by. Final states, we have the infamous Big Three. We have Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and the Rust Belt. We're going to start off with Pennsylvania. Now, it's going to be pretty close, but I really think Rubio would be able to win Pennsylvania. Newsom is just really not a good fit in the Rust Belt. I think Rubio would make up some ground in the Philadelphia suburbs. Newsom just not a very good fit in the Rust Belt overall. He would definitely bleed in white working class support. So with that, Rubio already won the election. The only states we have left are Wisconsin and Michigan. I think Newsom would probably be able to narrowly pick off Michigan. I think a lot of the Gaza situation will be resolved by 2028. Muslims are going to go back to voting Democrat pretty decently. Both candidates don't really have too much white working class appeal. I think Rubio just may have a little bit more. But really, Michigan would be anybody's race pretty much in this scenario. Final state, we have Wisconsin. Now, the WoW counties surrounding Milwaukee have been trending left recently. This is a pretty ancestrally Republican area. I think Rubio would make up a lot of ground there. But then you also have the Madison area, which is a large bastion of the Democrat vote. It's pretty much the only reason why Wisconsin Democrats are able to win some elections here and there. But I think probably Rubio would be able to win Wisconsin narrowly. Again, it's one of those states that could really either go any way. But this is the prediction. 297 for Rubio, 241 for Newsom. This is only April 2026. I'm not sure who the nominees are going to be for each party, as we are more than 2 years out. So take this with a grain of salt. Take it how you will. Take it how you want to. But thank you guys for watching. Comment down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Like the video. Thank you guys for watching. This is Casey's Politics.